Welcome back here to Mini of Loveland, part of the Coes BMW dealerships. Brian Roth back with you, along with head coach Jim McElwain, as we continue to talk the border war. Colorado State goes down to Wyoming. Well, before we get into that Ram locker room, your thoughts as you went into the locker room yourself, and I know it was tough, especially on the seniors.
It really was, and you know, those seniors have done a great job for us, and you know, they still have a lot to play for, and you know, I told those guys, I said, look, I want them to come back next year for this game and be part of a victorious locker room.
All right, let's take you inside that Ram locker room following the game. Joe Brown off the left side, bowls his way into the end zone for a touchdown.
There were some points where we were playing really well, and then you know, we kind of hurt ourselves with some penalties and some turnovers. But I do think we moved the ball well there at the beginning, and then there at the end. I think we were just doing it too late.
Alexander up the middle, big hole, has a 35, still on his feet, 40, 45 midfield, and Alexander gets face mask down inside the 45.
For the most part, the linemen, you know, I got to give them all the credit, because when they dominate the line of scrimmage like that, it makes it a lot easier for me. So my job is easy.
I know Donnell's capable of being a very good player. I knew he was before today. I'm not going to say I was impressed, because I expect that from him. So, you know, he just did a good job, I think.
You know, everyone, despite the loss, has really come a long way on the offensive side of the ball. There's a lot of things that we got to work on, but a lot of things are getting better.
42 yards, and Colorado State has struck on several big plays this afternoon.
I didn't even know until we got out there that Garrett was in the game. Garrett got in the game. He didn't play bad. I think we injured his shoulder a little bit, so we put 15 back in the game.
They came out, and what they told us was, you know, they want to give him some looks just from the sideline so he can see kind of what's going on, open up his eyes a little bit, and I think that kind of helped. I mean, when he came back in, he played a hell of a game there. So.
And Connor's young, man. He's a good talent, and y'all gonna see a lot of Connor Smith in the future, man. He's a good talent.
Great job. Love it running the corner route, then just turning around and turning it up the sideline.
I missed a few things coverage-wise. It helped me a lot to see it from a different perspective, and I really saw what the coaches were talking about, and felt like I got it and did all right when I got back in.
Beautifully designed play, 31-yard touchdown pass from Connor Smith.
I mean, we played good football. We just couldn't get the ball to roll our way, man. But hey, that's life. I mean, we got to rebuild on Monday, come back and watch film and get better.
Well, we had Zach Tejan on the post-game radio show, and certainly was pretty upset and wanted to get that boot for the rest of the seniors. That seemed to be really the tone for the rest of the team. You mentioned Donnell Alexander, and you told me before the game he was going to be our guy. Boy, did he respond.
Boy, he did, and you know, you saw a healthy Donnell. You saw a guy that ran behind his pads, made a couple cuts in the hole, and made some guys miss, which really helps helps those guys up front. And at the same time, he held on to the ball. You know, he had ball security, and you know, that's a big part of what we're trying to get done.
Yeah, and one of the things you guys wanted to do going in was to be able to control the line of scrimmage. I thought you guys did that.
We did, and you know, I'm proud of those guys up front. They've really kind of banded together. They're starting to play with some pad level and play physical. And that's what it takes to be dominant and be a really good offense.
Yeah, and the offense struck on big plays. Thomas Kaufman was a kid who was part of those big plays.
Well, going in, again, we felt explosive plays were part of it.
Yeah.
And, you know, I felt we did that and, you know, gave ourselves an opportunity to win the football game.
UNLV coming up for Colorado State, as CSU has 3 games to finish out the season here. And, you know, I'd say UNLV team going into yesterday was a 1-win team, and they really put it on New Mexico yesterday.
They really did. And you know, Bobby Houck's been there developing a program, and he's a good friend, old Montana guy.
That's right.
And so, you know, I'm happy for him in what he's done, because he has refigured that program as well over the time that he's been there. You know, we've got 2 more home games at Hughes Stadium, and again, I really feel, you know, bad for our fans, the CSU people, because you know, in some ways, not bringing that boot back, you know, meant a lot. But at the same time, you know, to come out support these guys. We're going to have some big things happen here in the future, and I can't wait to hit the road. And yet we've got 3 important ball games left, and our guys will come out and compete their tails off.
Again, the Rams and the Rebels of UNLV coming up on Saturday, 5 p.m. kickoff out at Hughes Stadium. We'll take another break. When we come back, we'll take a look at all the pageantry involved with the border war. That's next. Stay with us here on the Ram Report.
Everyone wants to be the best.
But wanting it isn't enough. It takes focus.
It takes discipline.
It takes guts.
Right shoulder now through and Sam Martin.
And when it all comes together,
we're ready.
Are you?